But at that point, I feel like if it would have went any far past that, it might have been to my detriment.
You see, I'm Southside reppin', Bigfoot steppin'. Zone 3 section is God flow perfection. Hating on the church like I ain't blessed they section. If we ain't talking money, I got a weak connection. That's on the hood. She said get a bag, so I get it, got it good. Don't complain about my problems, I just put it in a wood. Seen a genie the other day, she said make it good. So I wish for good health, then I wish to look if she's not lieutenant.
Since all that shit was just going wrong, you know.
Got rerouted.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into it.
Yeah, let's do
Another episode of Minnesota's #1 daily show live on Lake Street. Special guest in the building. Some of y'all may know him as T Storm, but we got a name change.
Yes, sir.
Storm1HUNNIT.
Storm1HUNNIT.
Let's just start right there. Why the name change, and how long ago did you do this? How long ago did you? It's a rebrand.
Yeah, a reinventation, or a reinvent,
Okay.
so to speak. It was probably like 2 years ago, after I was receiving like verbal threats online to like be sued and came at in court for using the name Storm. So yeah, that's pretty much when the name change idea came
What was
about.
the name? What was the issue with the name Storm?
Long story, but we're here to talk about it.
We are.
There was a guy that was managing me at the time. I'm not gonna say his name, but he was reached out to by a woman online named Melissa Forbes or whatever. Turns out she was threatening him about me using her name, which was Storm Outlaw. That was her stage name, Storm Outlaw.
Okay.
Turns out she actually used to rap with Tupac. She was on that song with Michelle and Tupac. I could run it.
I do remember. Yeah.
Yeah, she on that song rapping.
No shit, Storm.
So
I do remember.
Yeah, but I didn't know that.
Hey, her verse was.
I've been making music.
Her verse
since
was
I
hard.
was
Her
12
verse
years
was.
old.
Her verse was hard on there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would have had the utmost respect for her, you know.
Yeah.
But like, I honestly didn't know. I didn't know she was using that name, and I was trying to go by Storm anyway, not Storm Outlaw, you know. So
Yeah.
It was just weird that she came from out of nowhere and was trying to stop my flow. But yeah, so that's where the name change came about.
Okay.
You know? So now I'm just sort of trying to reinvent from where I left off without going too far away. you
Yeah.
know?
Okay. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Thought
Okay.
about a couple other names, but
Storm1HUNNIT. Okay. So you said you've had that name since you were 12.
yeah, pretty much.
So you had motion like from a young age.
I mean, to be honest, I've been doing music since I was a kid. Like my aunties and my family, they used to force us to stand in formation and sing in the choir
Do me a
rehearsal.
favor and just make sure you're talking right into the mic. Just so I want to make sure they hear you.
Yeah, my family used to like force us to perform at our family reunions every couple of years. So they used to make us have choir rehearsal. Like my aunties would have me and all my cousins standing up, conducting us in the choir to all that type of shit since I was 4 or 5 years old. So it's like it's just been something that's stuck with me since then, you know.
And then
Played instruments growing up in the fine art schools I was in, elementary or whatever. Like,
so this is ingrained. This is really ingrained in you.
yeah,
Music
I
shit.
can't stop.
Yeah.
It's really what bring me the most like peace and joy, you know.
Yeah.
When I get to create.
Yeah. So I didn't get to see it myself, but I heard that you had a Hummer with your face on it.
2 of them.
2 of them.
Yeah.
And this was in like high school.
Yeah. I had one of them. I had the yellow one in high school, then I had the black one. Probably about what was that, like 3 years ago.
Okay.
I totaled it. Yeah.
Wow. So what was high school like for you?
I mean, you know, battle rapping.
Yeah.
In the back of the class, writing raps, eating hot Cheetos.
Yeah.
You know, like it was high school.
And you were pulling up to high school in the Hummer with your face on it.
Yeah.
So
Probably like my junior year.
So the popularity had to have been crazy.
I mean,
Or not really.
I was like throwing house parties and all that before high school, before I was like, so people kind of knew me anyway.
So it wasn't out of the ordinary to them.
Nah.
It was like, yeah, of course he's popping up with that.
Even like to this day, like I feel like I know this still what I'm supposed to be doing because everywhere I go, people still asking me when I'm dropping something, you still making music, all this type of stuff. But I just feel like I have to do it at my speed and my pace, I can't do it how they expect it or just because they anticipating it at a certain time. Like, make them wait. Like people like Hove and J. Cole, they drop not often.
Yeah, I mean they drop when they want to. Yeah,
like
when they want to.
It ain't no rules, so it's like
You don't want to rush art.
Yeah, no, you can't.
You definitely don't want to rush art.
It gotta feel right.
But there are a lot of people. It seems like nowadays
that's rushing art.
Rushing art.
I mean, yeah,
if you even want to call it that.
They being misguided too.
Yeah.
They not, they homies gassing them up to think that whatever.
It's interesting though, and you've seen a lot. Like you've been through a lot of eras of music, so you've seen things change a lot.
Definitely.
And we do live in an era now where if you aren't regularly putting some type of content out, people will forget about you fast.
Definitely.
Fast.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Out of sight, out of mind.
It's a real thing.
Yeah, we live in a real, like, what have you done for me lately? Like, I know that's cliche, but, like, that's really the era that we live in.
You ain't lying. If, like, people will forget everything you did for them in the past, even. Like, the past don't matter. It's what you could do for them now, like what you can give to them now. Yeah.
So, talk to me about, like, your early success in music. Like, when you were riding around in the Hummer with your face on it and promoting yourself like that, like what was the buzz like? Was there? I know people were talking about you. I know you were hot.
Yeah. It was a lot of talk and a lot of hype. But at that point, I feel like if it would have went any far past that, it might have been to my detriment. I feel like I just wasn't ready mentally, and I wasn't mature enough for all that, because it's a lot to handle,
Yeah.
like that lifestyle and that just that line of work is just a lot to handle, especially when a lot of people know you and get to treating you like something else.
Yeah.
It's just like, so if we not careful with that and how we handle it and take it in and how we continue to move after that, like, we might just crash out. So I just be trying to, focus in and figure it all out.
Yeah. Yeah. So you also kind of came up in the Street Kings era.
Yup. Rest in peace, Top.
Can you talk to me about what it was like with them when they were around, really, generating buzz, making noise?
Yeah, they was definitely an influence.
Yeah.
Yup. Rest in peace, Dot. Free the Street Kings. Yeah. Yeah. My boy Top Dollar. I got him tatted on my hand. He was like one of my best friends. He got shot and killed when he was 19 or whatever. But his big brother was like part of the Street Kings, the people who started the Street Kings or whatever. Or not his big brother, his sister's husband actually. Okay. But he was pretty much his big brother. But yeah, that was definitely inspirational, seeing that as like a young high school kid,
Yeah.
Seeing them doing their thing definitely gave me like it gave me like a sense of knowing that it was possible, seeing them move around and maneuver how they was doing it, So.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. That was that was an era.
Yeah.
That was a real era. I feel like we haven't really quite gotten that back ever.
We won't.
You don't think so? Mm-hmm. Can you expound on that? Why do you think that?
Just ain't nobody thorough like that no more.
Yeah.
It's just like can't nobody even find it in them to come together like that no more. Like,
yeah.
It's just too many different mindsets. Like the Street Kings, they was on some doing it together.
Yeah.
Like they didn't mind sharing shit, passing the ball. Like today, it's not really like that. You don't find too many people that want to pass the ball and let somebody else shine with them or eat with them. Like,
Yeah.
they want to keep people, especially if they think somebody can do something more than them.
Yeah.
That's a threat to them. So
Yeah.
they gonna keep them.
Yeah, that's a mindset that we seemingly have in the music industry here in Minnesota.
Yeah,
I hope we can get over that at some point.
at some point, hopefully, we can get over it now instead of at some point.
Yeah, I agree.
'Cause that's the only way it's ever gonna work. Like you see all these other regions, the East Coast, the South, like they all came together and put all the other shit behind them, and
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, man, it can be a little stressful around here sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially being, that's a perspective I don't talk about a lot, but I'm an outsider looking in while also being an insider because I'm not an artist, but I'm watching all these artists.
Yeah.
And it's frustrating because I'm like, man, if y'all could just do this, but they don't, you know what I mean? I could say shit till I'm blue in the face, but people are going to do what they're going to do.
And then there's no like one recipe to the top either. Like,
True.
some people might make a completely different move than the other person
Yeah.
and end up there faster.
It's a fact.
But
One TikTok sometimes is all it takes.
You
You
know.
can make a TikTok and boom, tomorrow you're on
out of here.
every platform. Yeah, no, that's a fact. You're right about that.
Yeah.
So talk to me about Plies. He brought you out at Epic
Yeah.
back in the Epic days.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
Honestly, I don't even know. Me and my boy Top, rest in peace Top again. We was doing a show, opening up for Plies or whatever that day. But after we did our set, we was just mingling in the crowd or whatever, chilling. Next thing you know, he started calling my name on the mic or whatever. And he told us to come back up there. He wanted us to do our song again. So
Wow. So Plies was just fucking with it.
yeah.
He saw it and was like, yeah, I like that.
Yeah, we actually had a distribution deal on the table with GMG Entertainment, which is Twista's label, like right before Top got killed. Like we had just flew to Chicago and met with Twista at a strip club and all type of stuff. He was gonna give us a distribution deal for the song. And then like 3-4 days later, Top died. It was crazy.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So you really been through it, bro. Like you've really like been through it.
A lot of different shit, yeah.
So then at what point did you decide the move was Atlanta?
Probably shortly after my homie got killed. I just felt like it was just too closed in
Yeah.
for me here. You
Yeah.
know, I felt like I needed to spread my wings and just branch out.
Did you feel like it was dangerous for you here? Or not really?
Not really.
No.
Not really. I mean, I'm a vigilant type of person anyway. I'm always aware and like, you know.
Yeah.
So I never really felt like it was dangerous here for me. I mean, being in the light and being in the field of this music industry is dangerous anyway.
Certain level of danger no matter what.
Because like a lot of, like I was saying, it could be to our detriment. Like people don't understand how they become targets. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Wearing $50,000-$60,000 chains and all this shit. Like it ain't people out here starving.
Starving.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like,
And don't care who you are
you know what I'm
or
saying?
what you've done.
And then so you just gotta be mindful of all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So
That's a
yeah,
fact.
for
That's a
real.
fact. I actually heard it. It's funny you bring that up. I heard a story. I think it was yesterday. Oh yeah, it was on Drink Champs. They were talking about how AI used to walk through the heart of Philly, drunk, late night, wearing millions of dollars worth of jewelry,
I believe it.
and nobody. There was like just a law there. You just don't touch him. And even in my mind, I'm thinking, he's still lucky.
Definitely.
Because I promise you, there was somebody out there that would have been happy.
They just had a different level of respect for him. That's
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
But yeah, he didn't care. They said he used to keep $2 million in trash bags.
Oh yeah, he said that. They said that too. He had
He-
millions in his pockets too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
like
Yep.
AI, yeah.
Yeah. That's different, but that's an anomaly. There's very few people like that in the world.
We got to be smarter with our money too. You know, we got to be making better investments as a community.
I do feel like that's happening though.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe slowly, but it does seem like there's a lot more. At least the conversations are happening.
Definitely.
You know what I mean about investing and being smart with your money and things like
Minds
that.
opening up.
Yeah, and it's
Conversation.
moving into it's being taken into the music as well.
Yeah.
You got people like Hove talking about
Yeah.
being not just balling, but investing, buying land, buying structure, buying, you know what I mean? So
Definitely.
I think that's happening. I think that's happening. That's good. I think what's really happening is our stars, our superstars, we're watching them get older. You know what I mean? Like you look at like white rock and roll, right? You got the Rolling Stones out here, 80 years old, still rocking stages.
Still rocking.
We're just now kind of getting into that with hip hop. We see guys that are 50, 55, almost, guys like Snoop Dogg's still out here doing it.
The CEO of Death Row Records now.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
They gotta pass the torch though. At some point.
Yep.
You know.
That's true.
They gotta pass that torch.
You heard he just signed Mace?
No. Or
Ma-
yeah, I
Mace
did hear
Mace
that.
is apparently on death row now.
I did hear that.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
That feels petty to me, but hey.
I mean, who knows?
I mean, hey, if Mace, I don't know if Mace can still rap or not.
I thought Mace was doing gospel or something now, but
He was, and then I don't know what
it's all
happened.
good.
I don't know what happened. Okay, so let's talk about your journey to Atlanta, man, because I think that's an important story for people from Minnesota to hear about kind of what your experience was in Atlanta.
I mean, my experience in Atlanta, I wouldn't take none of it back. Like, I ain't gonna say it was all good when I was down there because it was some rough patches when I was down there, but you know, I made it out and learned a lot, built a lot of relationships with people that I could still contact to this day.
Yeah.
And you know, like people come here to town, they contact me because they know I'm here. You know, like.
So you became their connection as well.
Yeah, just like somebody, you know, somebody when you go to a random town and you want somebody that you know to come pull up and,
Yep.
you know,
Yep.
Got a couple people that come here from there and they know I'm here, so they get me on the line and, you know,
Yeah.
might have me come to a show or something or whatever, pull up at the hotel, smoke one, whatever, like, you know.
For sure.
But yeah, Atlanta, it's a lot of love down there for sure with the music.
Was it evident right away how different it was from Minnesota?
Kinda, because you got a lot more people that's serious about it there.
Yeah.
Like I was in open mics every day, like all over the city. I'm talking about. I was doing the same open mics as Tory Lanez, Future. Like they was all coming through the open mics, jumping on the stage. Like
Wow.
it was before like all this, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What they are now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a long journey.
Going through the circuit, I think what you just said is a really important thing that I think Minnesota artists, I'm not saying none of them understand this, but I feel like a lot of people don't understand. It's similar to like the comedy scene. Like you gotta do stuff in different spaces. Like doing an open mic at Red Sea every weekend is not gonna get you where you want to go.
Nah,
It's reps, and that's fine.
gonna get you some practice. Yeah.
Exactly, but you gotta, like you just said, like Tory Lanez ain't from Atlanta,
Nah.
but he was doing open mics in Atlanta.
Yeah.
You're not from Atlanta. You were doing open mics in Atlanta. Like in order to generate a buzz for yourself, the buzz that you say you want, you got to be heard and seen in other cities and states.
Exactly.
Like you have to do. Like there's a Red Sea in Texas somewhere. There's a Red Sea there's probably a Red Sea in fucking Utah. You know what I'm saying?
Atlanta.
Yeah. So like you got to go do that.
And another thing about stepping out and doing that, other places like it seems like your own city don't really give you as much love as other places.
Yeah.
You know, because they feel like they know you, so they perceive you with a like a different mindset. It's like almost like a who he think he is type.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But nah. But then when there's somebody from out of town, they praise them and
Of course.
oh, it's, you know, but same person from their city trying to try the same thing and then they want to.
We praise a lot of weird shit from out of town here too.
I just be trying to make sense of stuff, but everything ain't supposed to make sense, you know.
That's true.
Yeah, so
But it seems like there's a handful of like C or D list artists, celebrities that can come here and get a bag whenever they want to.
whatever. And somebody here gonna donate.
Yeah.
every time.
Yeah, and we keep allowing more of them in. Like, what's the Dirk lookalike kid? Perkio.
Somebody booked him here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like,
whatever they feel like.
do your thing by all means. I'm not mad at how anybody gets their money, but I just feel like sometimes we look like a clown show.
Definitely.
And I don't know if we do,
It's
but
the
I feel
promoters.
like it.
The promoters.
We just got bad. We got janky promoters up here.
Just a lot of promoters. Clown shows.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you know? So like being in Atlanta for you said about 5 years.
yeah.
Were you able to gather any outside perception of what Minnesota is by being from Minnesota and being in Atlanta? Like at any point did you say I'm from Minnesota and they're like, oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
did they look at us funny?
They don't even, I mean, they didn't even think it was black people here.
Yeah.
To be honest.
I hear that a lot.
Yeah. Like, people hear Minnesota and just think something else, farmland or something. But
Yeah.
I don't know what they think. But, yeah. Everybody pretty much just, it wasn't because of where I was from. It was because of, my pureness and my genuineness in dealing with people.
Yeah.
Like, it was people that I didn't even know, but it felt like I knew them for longer after we got together,
Yeah.
type shit. So
Uh-oh.
it was, yeah, it wasn't never really about where I was from.
So it was a good experience though.
Yeah.
And what made you come back?
My kids.
Okay.
I got a son and a daughter. They needed me here.
No better. There's no
So-
better reason.
Yep. So I just had to figure out that transition to where I could do it from here and just make everything work like that.
Yeah.
And still be able to be there for my kids when they need me.
Don't even need to be explained. I get it.
Yeah.
I'd
But yeah, I definitely plan on getting back on road and maybe trying to get involved with some tours. I'm trying to get these sync licensing deals finalized and going or whatever, because I'm a producer as well.
Mhm.
I make beats and I'm an audio engineer. I mix master as well as writing and rapping or whatever, but I'm just trying to like touch all those avenues instead of just one. That's why this next project that I'm releasing is gonna be all my production, all beats that.
So you're doing the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On some J. Cole type shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just didn't want to give nobody a reason to be able to take my shit down again off of no platform.
Yeah.
Or, I don't want nobody coming at me for no beats, no names, no nothing. Like, so,
You can claim it all.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I think, and
I own my masters.
Yeah.
Like, I make all that shit myself. Like, ain't nobody helping me with none of that shit. So, I ain't saying I don't need help or couldn't use help, but it's just at this current time,
yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. To me, that's how you usually get your best work.
Yeah, I mean,
Even if it's not you doing everything, if it's you just working with one producer and y'all are in the studio together. Like, I feel like music, again, I'm not an artist, but I feel like music should be collaborative.
Definitely.
Not that sending back and forth through the email shit. I mean, I understand on some level some people have to do it that way, but
Yeah.
you're not going to get the best.
Not even.
You're not. And in this instance, you're talking about producing your own, making your own beats.
Yep.
You're doubling down. Now you're not just getting a beat and figuring out how to write to it.
Right.
You're creating it all in
Yeah.
one pack. That's how you get the best music, I think. Yeah. So I think that's dope. I look forward to that.
Creating the whole sound from scratch.
Yeah. Are you doing like an EP? You doing a full length album? What are we doing?
I think I might just go singles until I decide to put the project together. And I mean, it's pretty much a couple projects ready to go, but I just wasn't sure if I wanted to put a project out yet, being though I haven't put a complete project out in so long. Felt like I had to kind of, just build it back up a little bit.
Yeah, I think when you're sort of reintroducing yourself back into it, I think singles are the right move.
Yeah.
Lets people know you're back, and then kind of build that up.
Yeah, I've been thinking long and hard about it, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And you got a single out right now.
Yeah.
We just listened to it.
Just dropped it this morning.
So it's out only on YouTube right now, right?
It's on YouTube and SoundCloud right now.
Okay.
Due to the platform issue, but that's gonna be adjusted real soon.
So they can go look that up.
Yeah. So I just dropped that, but it's the platforms is where we ultimately want to have it at.
Yeah.
But I give the people something free,
For sure. For sure.
I'm giving them a little treat.
So you can go look that up. Storm, the number one,
Yeah.
Hunnit, Hunnit.
Yeah.
And the,
STORM1HUNNIT.
and the song's called Roadman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On YouTube.
It's a
on
dope.
YouTube.
It's a dope song. Go look it up. So you shooting? How about visuals? You shooting visuals?
I got visuals in the works.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who you shooting with?
I got a couple people. One of my cousins was doing my work previously. I was in talks with him about a couple. I was maybe even gonna see if Chief could maybe come out of retirement.
Hey man.
But yeah, definitely need the visuals to pair with it so that people could get the complete experience.
Yeah. People want to see something.
Yeah. They want to see something that go with what they're hearing. They want to feel like they know you. They want to feel like they can relate. So yeah.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, shit. For one, welcome back.
Yep,
You know what I mean? Let's go. You got my support.
Appreciate y'all having me.
The last thing I want to ask you though
What's that?
is, can you give me a top 5 artists in Minnesota all time? I would ask you like top 5 right now, but I feel like I'd rather know who you think the best all time are.
Damn. That's tough.
No particular order.
That's tough. I don't know. I don't even really want
You know.
I don't even really want to dive into that. I ain't trying to.
Can't do it? It's too much?
Yeah, I ain't even.
It's going to get too political? How about just some artists that you see right now in Minnesota that you think that you like their motion?
Shit.
I feel like your opinion matters.
My man's Lil Nuka. My boy Lil Nuka.
Yep.
Yeah, that's my dog. I still work with him to this day.
Yeah.
Be doing the sending.
He was just up here. He was just up here.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll send me a record, like, with all the files or whatever. After I send him the beat, he'll send me the record back, and then I'll mix everything and get it airtight,
Okay.
It's only some people you could work like that with. But yeah, shit, Chief, I like Chief motion, everything y'all doing up here is really what the city need, honestly.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, this is what the city need right here, so.
For sure.
Hopefully this could like spark a new flame in everybody's minds or whatever.
I think it has.
That is bigger than all the shit we worry about.
Yeah. I think it has done that. Some people don't like it. Some people like it, but
No, I love it.
we appreciate it.
I love it.
We appreciate it.
For real.
All right, man. Well, I got nothing else for you, but you got any closing thoughts?
Not really, man. Just, shout out to everybody who supported me and who still support me. Just stay tuned. More to come.
All right.
More love.
Where can they find you at?
STORM1HUNNIT on YouTube, STORM1HUNNIT on Instagram, bookstorm@gmail.com or bookstorm100@gmail.com. What else? Probably about it. Twitter, all that shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, man. I appreciate your time, man.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all having me.
Yeah, for sure. Of course.
Yes, sir.
Of course. All right, man. Another episode of Minnesota's #1 daily show live on Lake Street. I'm Jake Bearcloth. Follow me everywhere at Jake Bearcloth1. Yeah.
Damn, Woody. In high school, I let it blam, Woody. I wasn't playing, Woody. I'm coming straight out the south. Hey, genius, best watch your mouth. When I put up on PNB, right, that ain't he come out. You moving ounces, I just moved 100 things in a drought. You want the south side, outside the fence of your house. You talking all that, then when I come talk it out. If you ain't talking money,